Hello everybody, it's me, Tonic TZW. We're here with Kraken 99, and unfortunately this one is not going to have a little chocolate flake stuck in the top of it. Rather, I'm going to have a Texas stuck in me. This is not the way I like to go about and get a Kraken, but if it helps me on the way to 100, I'll take it. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the team sheets because there seem to be a lot of cruisers out today, and there's also a lot of destroyers because destroyers need to get shot at today. And thank God that's nearly over because I don't like being the focus of attention when I'm out at my destroyers. But we're here in the Tier 5 California, and I'm on my own, so what I'm going to do is play a lot more cautiously than I would if I had a full division with me, because when you're on your own, you really can't rely on anyone else, and this game is going to look like a total loss very early on, and it's certainly going to take some squaring up. Now this Graf Spear in front of me appears to have joined the game and just gone completely AFK, or he's been disconnected. So I decide that I'm going to move in and I'm going to give him a little friendly nudge, because if he gets spotted and gets shot at, then I'll see where the things are that I need to shoot at as well. So we give him a nudge just to get him going, and I think this is a fair thing to do, of course. Now I am going to be enjoying a little cigarette while I record this voiceover, so you'll have to excuse me if I mute the mic for a moment while I do that. But straight away we see the Königsberg pushing in, and we're going to think about getting a shot on him, but we realise that he is turning away, and that's going to be a wasted salvo. So instead we're eyeing up the Normandy, then the Königsberg again. He's going to be out of range. Normandy disappears. So my thinking is I'm going to push in close to this island, and I know we all hate battleship captains that pull in behind islands, but what I'm going on is having seen other people play this map in battleships. And I see now why they use this, because you can get flanking fire off to both flanks. Now we see the Omaha there, we put two across the top, we fire another two, we don't know if they're going to hit anything, and to be honest, I don't care. It was an over-the-top blind shot, but there we go. That's my first salvo gun. We give him, do we give him a little tickle? No, we don't even give him a little tickle. We get nothing out of that. We know there's a battleship out there on that flank, so we're going to keep our eyes out there. And here he comes around the corner. It's a Normandy, so we are going to put what fire we can onto him while he is broadside to us, because even though he can see us, I think he's going to dip out of sight in a second behind that island, and we get a good clunk on him for just under 12,000 damage. We do have a destroyer way out there on that flank as well, and I don't know what he's actually doing so far out. I think he's pushing that cruiser when ideally, obviously, he'd be much better off in that cap. Normandy gets us spotted again, so we're backing out. We're going to try and start to angle towards him. We get another decent hit on him, but Red Team Acasta takes first blood with a cruiser kill. Now I can see that there's something here on B cap with me. A cap is being pushed, and I'm thinking I can't sit here forever. I'm going to have to get out there and do something. Now, although I was queuing up for a shot on that Normandy, I did see the torpedoes running and decided that as they were going to have that kill, you don't deny the destroyer the kill and let him take it with his torps. Instead, I'm ready with all my guns for this warspite, because that battleship is out there on his own on ACAP, having lost the destroyer and the cruiser, I think it was, that was with him. We see the Hatsahara there. He's got me spotted. He's going to dip out of sight behind the island here, and I'm just going to keep backing up thinking there's going to be torpedoes coming over. I'm trying to get all my guns to bear on this warspite while he's broadside to me, and we're going to squeeze off the turrets two at a time. My reasoning for this is if I kill him with one set, I've got another set available. We hit him for a citadel, so we pop the other two turrets, and we take him out of the game. Now I can see that there's two cruisers here pushing B cap. It is contested, so I wish the California would go a little bit faster because I'm trying to back up and get a shot on this guy and help this this other ship that's contesting the cap. I think it's a Marblehead, and I feel really sorry for this Marblehead because he has pushed in to stop Red Team from taking this cap, but he's going to meet an untimely end, and he probably would have been really useful for us towards the end of this game. But we see the Omaha, we see the Texas, we're trying to figure out when can we get shots on something. We don't want to kill seagulls or just shoot into rocks. And we're keeping this back up. We see the Texas again. And there's the Oba, just as the Marblehead gets deleted by the Texas. But the Oba disappears, but we get two turrets on him. And those shots are going to land nicely and take him out of the game. And continuing our run back, we then see the Omaha. We squeeze the other two turrets off at him, and pow, straight through the front. So where we were down before, we've kind of evened up the odds a bit, but that Texas is full health. There are two destroyers and myself, two destroyers and a battleship versus myself, a cruiser and a destroyer. Now, that Texas has played a smart game so far. He's kind of hung back and taken his shots, and he just smacked that Marblehead off the map. And then the Furutaka, which really could have probably stayed out of range, stealthy, put some torps his way. He gets himself taken out of the game as well. So I've loaded HE because the chances are that the next ship I'm going to see is a destroyer. I'm spotted by the plane. I've no doubt that that Texas is going to get shots across the top. And what I'm trying to do here is keep my guns fairly central to the left and right sides of the island. I do get spotted by an eyeball then, and I don't know what spotted me there, but here he comes, the Hatsuharu. He thinks I'm a nice big fat ship. He's got lots of torpedoes. I'm his breakfast. But now he will be my brunch. Now that leaves us with the Jervis, I think it is, and the Texas. The destroyer has finally made his way over, and although I ping him to sort of come across and help me here, in hindsight, potentially he could have been better off going after the destroyer, and that is my fault because I called him for help. We see the Jervis, he's pretty much full health. The Fubuki starts shooting at him. We get some shots off. Sorry, it's in a caster, not a Jervis. We get shots off. We clatter him for half. We do him a good bit of damage. He takes another good hit again, but we lose our Fubuki, and that means I'm up against a destroyer and a pretty much full health battleship. So do I leave HE loaded? Do I load AP? I'm expecting the destroyer to come out again, so I'm just waiting for these guns to reload. Now I'm trying to push forward, narrow the angle on that gap there, just so that I don't get a full whack of torpedoes. And I do get spotted, and that means the destroyer is out there. So I'm going to start powering forward now and try and give myself some protection. I don't think the Texas has got shots on me. The destroyer does pop a couple across the top before he disappears, and he gets me on fire. And the destroyer is going to do something that I would probably do myself in this situation. I always say that it is spot, capture and kill for the destroyers, and that little destroyer is going to do the right thing. He's actually going to push across onto C cap and take that cap to guarantee them the points. He's low health. He knows that if I take out that battleship, it's him and me, or he and I, or them and myself. So he's going to take the cap and give himself the points advantage. I don't really think at this point in the game that I'm on for a win. So I realise I am on 4 kills, and there is potentially a Kraken in this one. But against a full health Texas, not quite sure that I'll be pulling this one off. But we're sat on just under 82,000 damage. And, you know, if you're not going to win it, what do? Win out or bin it? Let's get in there. Let's go and finish the fight, because it's guts or glory in this game. There's no way I can pull this back on points with red team holding 3 capture points. So the only thing I can hope to do is to try and get 2 kills. Now that would be absolutely awesome, wouldn't it? But I'm in the biggest, slowest ship in the world, and I've got to come round this corner against a Texas, who I imagine is waiting for me to come round broadside. And I can only turn so tight into this corner. And knowing that C cap has turned, I have no doubt either that the destroyer is on his way back over here. I've got AP loaded for the battleship, and what can I do? I'm going to turn this corner. I'm not spotted yet, so I'm going to keep pushing. If anything, if he doesn't appear here on the right hand side, I'm going to keep pushing through to the left, and we're probably going to get a game of Ring a Roses going on. But just as we push in and start contesting the cap, the Texas is going to make his appearance. It was a Texas, wasn't it? Let's have a think. Yes, there he is. Now we get all 4 turrets off him through the front. We do a decent amount of damage and pick up a high caliber on him. Now, in hindsight, again, I could have turned out and away from this guy and possibly got another salvo and made the destroyer chase me for the kill. But I decide to turn in and go against him, because a Kraken's a Kraken. I don't think I can win this one. The destroyer pops up. I've got 2 turrets there, and I fire them. But the destroyer runs into the island, and the shots land in front of him. And I'm like, ah, shit, I'm screwed now. What can I do? There's no way in hell I can win this one now, because here come the torpedoes. So I am going to soak 2 of those. I am going to try and turn and avoid the rest. The battleship is closing in, and I would just like to say thank you very much to this guy for giving me Kraken number 99 with a bang. There we go. So as we flip off to the results screen, we finish up with 133,000 Kraken and high caliber, 5 kills. There was no way we were getting the win on that one, I think, even as hard as I tried to pull it back. But there we go. Acaster did a good job. Texas picked up 4 kills himself. So I really do hope you've enjoyed this one. I did enjoy it, perhaps not as much as I should have if I'd have been able to kill that DD and seal the deal on a win. But until next time, take care everybody, and goodbye.